Thank you, Connecticut and the United States, because I got 8,000 views yesterday, and I'm very happy. And we're making some substantial progress because Georgia's pissed that Connecticut hacked them. Georgia is very upset. I got 2,000 views on that. And I have a caller named Pam on the phone who doesn't know everything about my state because she's from New York. And she's helping out huge. She's helping us with the Connecticut 5G case and turning it into the tri-state case, right?
Right, New York, home of the Department of Financial Services, which controls banking and insurance, so there's no oversight, so the theft never ends.
Nice. In other words, they get 8% of your action from insurance, and they want 10% of your banking deposits every month, right?
Unbelievable.
You'll never get ahead. Well,
welcome to New York.
I want your opinion about hold on. Let me go to this back page. I gotta get rid of this bottom thing. Okay, good. Now I gotta go here and delete that. And now I'm going here. Here we go. I'm gonna play Joe Markley.
The strongest and most effective candidates might run 10 or 15,000 votes better at the best than the weakest candidate on the under ticket. And the only thing that changes that is if you're up against a very popular incumbent. Our attorney general candidates that ran against Dick Blumenthal, and he was always trailed. But basically, the under ticket performance is determined by the top of the ticket. And
did you hear what he just said? The under ticket is determined by the top of the ticket, which is totally false. When you have decent top of the ticket and an occasional decent candidate. And, he threw me under the bus when I ran against Blumenthal because basically, why would I care what this guy thinks? A, he didn't support the transgender situation, but voted for it anyway because he was a chicken, right?
Oh, so he said he wouldn't support it, and then he gets in and he votes for it.
Well, no, he claims to be, a Lincoln expert. He claims to be all these things, right? And I could really care less because here's about Joe. If you Google Joe, it comes up that he's a state senator. Really? No, he was a state senator, I think, from 2010 to 2018, and he might have had a short stint in the middle where he wasn't. But the fact is, here I am. This is what I think of him. You ready?
Go.
Hold on.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hold on, let me play it again.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Okay, now let's see if I can find the Liberty Emu. Emu.
Perfect.
From
Perfect.
Liberty, Liberty, Liberty.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brittany Lewis, a breaking news reporter here at Forbes. Joining me now is staff writer Zach Everson.
Oh, you want to sing
Zach,
it?
appreciate you
there's
coming
the
on.
emu. I got it.
Always a pleasure, Brittany. How are you?
Let me
Good,
show.
thank you.
Oh, here's the
you
close-up
are
of the
here to
emu.
provide an update on a story from 2 months
Can I blow it
ago
up?
where you
Let's see.
reported that Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was under investigation by the
No,
House
he said I
Ethics
was not a
Committee.
good candidate.
What can you tell us?
Meanwhile, what the hell does he do?
House Ethics Committee first made
nothing.
public that it was investigating AOC, it was a very cryptic message that just said...
The job of all our corrupt representatives is to do
Well, I'm not saying he's corrupt. I just think, he keeps getting hired to speak about Lincoln, and he doesn't just give a quote and move on, which would be good. But to talk liberty, liberty, liberty all day long when we have none is absolutely, not my cup of tea. I'd rather meet a 5G hottie and talk about how she's going to help us kick the ever-loving crap out of the 25 defendants in Connecticut based on what's going on in New York. Because they already took down a lot of their criminals, and now they have a new row of criminals stepping up, right?
There's always more. For some reason, they're like insects.
Yeah,
They
but taking
multiply
down
rapidly.
Cuomo was huge.
Oh, God. Again, but we still got stuck with the Department of Financial Services. And we have the same comptroller for 36 years who's handling the purse strings.
Well, here we go.
It's endless.
But
endless.
Lee Zeldin took a bite out of crime, right? Because, he did pretty damn good, right? Considering you had 600,000 absentee ballots, right?
Oh, the mysterious absentee ballot. Yeah, which we're trying to discover how they were 300 more voters than were registered.
300,000?
300,000.
Oh.
300,000.
Sounds like the Liberty jingle. Liberty, 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 liberty.
I said the corruption never ends in New York.
Never
Yeah.
ends.
Every day's a Soprano episode when you live in New York.
Wow.
Especially these-
Here's the emu. I got a huge emu now on. All right,
Yeah,
now
we
let me
get
put
used
my
to it.
picture in there. Oh, there we go. I'm next to the big emu. I'd like to switch him so that the emu is actually bigger than me. Yeah. Now he's like pecking at my head. Watch.
That's very good, an analogy of what it's like to live in Suffolk County, New York.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Oof.
should I be
Most
worried?
services, the least services.
Well, listen. The Republican Party hasn't done a goddamn thing since Roland tried to blow it up. Who was our Villanova? I went to Villanova. He went to Villanova. My son went to Villanova. My dad went to Villanova. We all went to Villanova. But, they stopped talking about the guy after he took a lot of bribes.
Oops.
The last chance we had a chance to fix anything. And now they've been listening to liberty, 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 as if that's going to help them at all.
It sounds like distraction.
Oh.
Like distraction. It's a good game they roll over here.
Right.
Keep you distracted from what's really important. You just go to work like you're on the treadmill.
Right.
And you just never get anywhere.
God bless you. Keep you safe. All I want to say is, I have one question maybe you can answer. You might have to dig down for this response, okay? But I want you to say it like it is. Ready?
Go.
If there are 169 Republican registrars in the state of Connecticut, and they had a guy named Johnny Flynn run against Blumenthal, where I want to take him out, put him in the trash. He wrote the Iran deal. We're paying terrorists, protection money. He wrote the Green New Deal. So we can't buy any gasoline because we're basically giving all our money to undocumented people coming over the border, right? And then I say to myself, self? Hold on a second. The dude's a defendant, in the 5G case, taking 18 bribes, going to make all our children infertile, cancerous, and basically give them autism. So I'd like to know what Joe Markley's ever done and why the GOP would, give him an ounce of credibility. I mean, he's saying, I'm not a good candidate? Holy crap, are you out of your mind? Look at the election fraud case in Connecticut. Do they even know about it? No, but my question here to you, I went off on a tangent as usual, is that if there's 169 GOP registrars and town clerks, right? How come not a single one verified the signatures that Johnny Flynn collected, the 57,962 signatures to put us on the ballot? So,
Sounds like a patronage mill. That's what we got here.
So did
like
you
a pay-to-play game? That's Suffolk County, New York.
Did
That's
Joe
all
Markley
New York.
go to every GOP town clerk and say, listen, don't verify their signatures, commit a felony? And then they followed his instruction?
This is election fraud.
Yeah, the GOP is just as responsible as the DNC
It's true.
for propping up bad candidates like Joe Markley, in my opinion, because the guy's a liberty, liberty, liberty emu, talking out his ass, laying eggs that weigh about 5 pounds each as far as I know. And, right?
That's all election fraud. It sounds all just like in the SEC, they call it insider trading. Yeah, they just, the same people keep coming up for election. The same ineffective candidates show up.
So will you come over for breakfast if I get you some emu eggs and we'll cook them on the Barbie?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, well, that's better than a sharp stick in the eye. I'm ready for pain and suffering. I live in Connecticut.
So crazy.
I totally look forward to liberty, 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 liberty.
Yeah, let's see where he shows up again.
Well, should I play it again? Hold on if I can find it. Ah, I can't find it. Where's the Liberty jingle? Gosh.
It
Oh, well.
disappeared. But it'll reoccur next election.
It will? Hold on.
It's always
Nope,
the same people.
I still can't find it.
It's always the same people.
Is it?
That's what we have here. Always the same people.
All I need to say now that I was a candidate against Blumenthal, right? And I'm going to take his seat when I put him in jail, which I'm very close to doing. You know, should I be worried that the GOP doesn't want to back the only guy that will take out the trash?
You just got to keep on trying, and that's the American way.
Well,
That's why we're known for
we did
freedom.
We did take the state's attorney, Richard Colangelo, and prove that he took a bribe in a murder. And now we're going after 20 judges, which is good. And we're going to knock him out.
Yeah,
And-
you got to break down the system when it goes bad.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
gotta
thank
break
you
it
for
down.
all your encouragement.
That's what we do. Break it down over here. Look, our police chief went to jail. Our district attorney went to jail for obstruction of justice. Our attorney general resigned. This is all New York. Then our governor leaves. New York. You know, we catch him, we get rid of him eventually, and we get, the next wave.
Yeah. Well, what we have in Connecticut is catch and release and promote. Catch and release and promote.
Oh, you have perfected it to an art form.
Catch and release and promote.
Okay.
Like our
Sorry to hear it.
state's attorney investigator in Stamford, who we're going after right now. I tried to file a lawsuit against him today, and I tried to get him locked up today. And I asked Norwalk to do it, and you know what they said? They said, gee, call this phone number. His name is Ronzinski, Internal Affairs, and give him a complaint. And I said, you know what? I've complained 20 times to that asshole,
Yeah,
and he's never kept an appointment for me.
yeah. We had it here, too, Internal Affairs, and they discovered a cover-up of a cover-up inside our Internal Affairs department. It took 7 years.
Yeah.
They had secret files.
Well, I just asked these bunch of corrupt Norwalk assholes to put Ronzinski in the back of my car and lock him up, and I would take him to the feds.
Oh,
And you know what? Because I tried to tell him about the Ronzinski covered up the Grisanti murder.
there it is.
So here we go. 35 years ago, a very nice lady was kidnapped in broad daylight at a bar, thrown into a back of a truck, and they drove away, and no one's ever seen her again. Meanwhile, they had 50 witnesses, right?
Oh, nobody investigated?
No, Gary McCosey did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's the
You
same
know
guy
with the
involved
investigation in New
with,
York. We have no missing persons bureau in our police department.
you don't?
They don't investigate. No, they just, they say, the cat wandered away. Maybe it'll come home. There's no missing persons bureau in the Suffolk County Police Department.
Well, we need a body to prove there's a murder, right?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Usually. That's what they say. You need a body to prove a murder. And that's why they don't investigate here.
Well, hold on. You know what they tell me all the time? You know what they tell me all the time? We need more time to investigate the 1,300 cash stolen checks from your brokerage firm from 2000. I said, well, hold on. I gave you a $250,000 check. Where's the money?
Wow, there's no paper trail?
You know what they say?
We need more time.
No. They say, liberty, 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 liberty. And then they lay a 5-pound egg and leave it on your foot. And I'm supposed to walk around Antarctica like a penguin at 30 below zero with a 5-pound egg on my foot.
It's like one of those kids games where they wander all around all day. You know, it's like a video game. You're just wandering around,
Hmm.
and you get nowhere.
Well, I've never proposed to a perfect stranger before, but I'm willing to take a chance on you.
I don't know, it seems a little
I'm going to
tricky,
take
Mr.
this
Flynn.
video, and I'm going to put it on YouTube, and I'm sure that I'm going to get at least 200 views.
Wow.
You know how I know?
Get 250, I'll say yes. How about that?
You know how I know?
How do you know?
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Perfect.
Could you pull a Joe Markley for me?
They like the emo.
Could you pull a Joe Markley for me?
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Got it. You complete me. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow.